This is a short, maybe certainly less than 15-minute introduction to writing Cengage test questions. And I have no relationship to either Cengage or Examview Turning Technologies, but I have taken screenshots from current versions. Why must you think about writing new questions with Cengage AL version 2 technology? Well, there's a lot of reasons. Even without a worldwide pandemic, it might be necessary to prepare for students not being on campus, extended snow days that sometimes last a week or longer. Students on campus still need to take quizzes and tests to ascertain their mastery of the material, and it's kind of difficult to do this two different ways. And instructors do value the ability to focus their time on instructional contact hours instead of on grading tests. But there's special challenges in online testing. Students who want to reduce stress or time spent learning can get their test answers from another student, a textbook, or a cheat, particularly if you're not watching them. Students might need to take the test in a different format. They might have to take it verbally simply because of a learning ability. And then traditional methods of test supervision add cost to the process. I remember the last test I took for college credit, not too many years ago. I had to sit here at my computer with this camera on and the microphone, and I think somebody was watching me during the entire time from Bangladesh, because that's the way this particular college had supervised testing. I ended up with the lowest test grade I've ever had, even on an in-classroom test, simply because of the nervousness that it inspired, and also it was a pretty lousy test, frankly. The objectives of this video are very modest. First, I want to introduce you to writing your own questions in Cengage. We're not going to get terribly far. I'm going to show you how to transfer a question from Examview, that's another testing platform, to the Cengage platform so that you can give tests remotely using Cengage. So, if you get into your Cengage AL version 2 and click on Assignments, this is the assignment screen. And here you see all the assignments that I've created for this particular class. The oval circles self-authored questions, and if you want to author your own question, whether you've already got it written down or not, whether it's already on another platform or not, you will click on that tab. And this is the master authoring screen that will come up when you click on that tab. Now, questions you already wrote and saved, and images that you may have uploaded to the software, the Cengage software, are controlled with the two tabs at the top. Underneath My Questions, you create new questions by clicking on the leftmost tab. And the questions you already made then are on the catalog underneath that. Right there. The search function can be used to look for existing questions if you know what their name is. And then once you have created questions, you want to publish your questions to include in future tests or quizzes. So let's put together some questions from an existing Examview test that I authored in an earlier year for in-class examinations, and let's see what I did to make it suitable for off-campus testing. And of course we'll have to come out of this particular program and jump into, first of all, Cengage. And let's go to Assignments, and you can see that I have also clicked on the Self-Authored Questions tab. When that comes up, this is the screen that I showed you before. We're going to create a question from an existing Examview question. and it is a little slow. So it gives you an opportunity to put it into an existing folder. I'm going to put it in the one where I've already been doing that. And now you get an opportunity to do all kinds of questions. The templates are well constructed, and some of them will actually, you assign the correct answer, you tell them what to do with it, and it'll actually do the grading. So I'm going to go to multiple choice because that's the type of question, and we're going to call this reactions. I've already got a reactions 2, so let's call it reactions 3. All right, and as you can see, here's a blank for the question and for possible answers. Now down here at the bottom of the screen, I have my exam view, and let's go to, let's see, what do we have? Question. Okay, this is a simple question. The oxidation state of the iodine atom in IO3-. What is it? You don't have to know any chemistry in order to see what I'm doing here. Well, let's just get into the question in Examview, and I'm going to paint out this so that I can copy it with Control-C, just like you would with any type of program that works off of keyboards. And you can also use a copy function in the edit. And we're going to go back here to Cengage. I'm going to paint out the dummy question, push Control-V, and there it is. Uh-oh. This was a subscript. You can format. You can change your fonts. You can strike through. Don't know why I want to do that here. But I can get subscripts. So let's do the little 3. Click on subscript, and there it is. And the negative charge is a superscript, which I get right there. And now it looks just like it did on the Examview test. So I've got the question down. What do I do here? Oh, okay. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can have more than 4 answer choices in these multiple choice. We're going to stick with the 4 I've got in the Examview problem. All right. Oh, +5. I'm going to show you. I mean, you can do it just by typing in +5 over in Cengage. So let's just copy +5. Go back to Cengage, paint out the dummy answer, push Control-V, and it's +5. Now I recall the second question, the second answer given was 0, so I'll just type that in. And then +3 and -5, so we'll click on that, go back to Cengage, +3, and I'm just going to type in -5. So you can do it any way you want. You can copy paste, you can type in, it's all pretty easy. It's all pretty easy. Okay, so I've got my 4 possible choices. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and it's a good idea to save these things frequently. There's my question. How do I know I got the right answers in there? Oh, there's something else. One of those answers is wrong, is correct, and the others are wrong. It's the +5 that is correct. So what do I have here? Let's go back and double click here. Well, I've got +5 as correct, but I could go back and change to incorrect if in fact it's incorrect. Well, it's not. So I've got the right answer to start with. So you can choose correct for any one of the 4 choices. Alright, so let me go ahead and save this again. And let's go up here to this tab, and we can preview the question to see what the student would see. Now we'll also see which is the correct answer. So the preview loads, and there it is. +5 oh, did you notice? It changed the order of the questions, and it'll do that. Let's preview again and see if that changes. Aha! The correct answer is now at the bottom. So each student will get a slightly different question. You can also create algorithms that will actually change the input numbers, and I'll show you how to do that on a subsequent video. But for now, this gives you something that you can try with different things. And in subsequent videos, for instance, we'll talk a little bit about how to put images into the possible answer blanks. We'll show you how to, for instance, change the numbers inside a question. Here, for instance, if you wanted different students to see different numbers of milliliters or different molarities to do a problem, then there are ways to do that, which is actually not quite difficult, not difficult at all. So there's a lot to learn with the Cengage, but this will give you an introduction so that you can maybe do some practicing on an existing test and acquire some comfort level with this particular new skill.